The most wonderful time of the year is upon us, and Xbox gamers, that means a whole bunch of treats. With a bunch of AAA titles and awesome content coming your way, from mulled wine-infused murder mysteries to a return of one of the most beloved gaming franchises of all time. There's something for everybody this December, including wannabe space dogfighters to aspiring brutal tycoons. So let's have a look ahead and see what December has in store for all of us.
Some criminals plan their heists to the letter, carrying out their schemes with discretion, nuance, and surgical precision. This game is not about those guys. Arriving on December 2nd, Rubber Bandits is a 4-player party brawler in which successfully nabbing the loot involves a whole bunch of things. High-speed chases, banana costumes, timed explosives, but subtlety absolutely is not one of them. Playing as a collection of colourful characters, your job is to fend off the other players using whatever comes to hand. It might be a flamethrower, it might be a baguette, it might be something they probably can't call a lightsaber for legal reasons, but which is totally a lightsaber. Whatever you and your friends end up fighting with, it's sure to be absolutely hilarious, and is available day 1 on Xbox Game Pass.
Also arriving on the 2nd is Warhammer 40,000 Battle Sector, which asks the vital question, what if Warhammer, but goth? And I mean seriously goth. This turn-based strategy game has you playing as a group of space marines called the Blood Angels, a unit struck by a vampiric curse that gives them a handy power boost whenever they're in the vicinity of a snackable enemy. However, they're also afflicted by a condition known as the Black Rage, which slowly turns them into death-worshipping berserkers. They even paint their uniforms all black to convey how grim and serious and not totally just a phase their lifestyle is. Featuring all this and names like the Sanguinary Priest, Librarian Dreadnought, and the Hive Tyrant, Battle Sector is Warhammer at its most Warhammery, and we really wouldn't have it any other way.
If all this winter weather is getting you down, then maybe you'd rather set sail for warmer climates with Sea of Thieves, which will be kicking off its 5th season on December 2nd. That means a whole bunch of cool new features are on the way, like using the speaking trumpet to stealthily whisper to those near you by using it backwards. I'm sure that's exactly how it works. There's also the new cannon rowboat for a nimbler assault vessel. Yes, I said cannon rowboat. But by far the most swashbuckling addition is the ability to bury your treasure and mark it on your very own treasure map with a signature X. Finally, we'll feel like real pirates. Season 5 will also be adding fireworks and flares, which are great for lighting up dark areas or for getting the party started this holiday season, as well as 100 new levels of shiny rewards booty to unlock. And once you're all partied out, you'll now be able to rest and grab a little nap in the new beds added in the update to recover some health. Oh, it's definitely a pirate's life for me.
The space shooter Chorus will then be shooting into our orbit on December 3rd. This third-person adventure stars an ace pilot named Nara and her sentient spaceship Forsaken. As you wander through the stars together, the bond between you will develop and you'll gradually unlock some of Forsaken's hidden talents. These will hopefully come in handy as the worlds you visit range from arid, Mars-like deserts, smog-filled industrial worlds, thriving futuristic cities, and planets on the brink of total collapse, which sounds lovely. Oh, and by the way, all of those places are just full of guys who want to shoot lasers at you. Packed with a sweet 4K resolution at 60fps visuals on Xbox Series X and S, and an incredible soundtrack, courtesy of acclaimed composer Pedro Macedo Camacho, Chorus is an audio-visual treat ready for liftoff in early December.
Fortnite's 8th season turned things on their heads as players found themselves getting sucked into portals and spat out in the sinister domain of the Sideways. All very scary, although it did give them a chance to score some sweet Sideways loot while they were trapped in another dimension, so it could have gone a whole lot worse. Matthew McConaughey just ended up stuck behind a bookcase when he went through a wormhole. But that chapter is coming to a close with a climactic event on Saturday, 4th of December, fittingly titled The End. It looks like the Cube Queen has entered a fine, I'll do it myself phase, so you'd better be ready to band together and fight if you want there to be any island left for Season 9, which is scheduled to begin a few days later on December 6th, as so it happens. So perhaps the end isn't the end after all.
If you enjoyed the gentle agriculture rhythms of Harvest Moon, but feel like it could do with a dash of monster stabbing to spice things up, then Rune Factory games are probably for you. And if that's the case, then you're in luck, with a luscious remaster of the 4th game set to arrive on December 7th. When you turn up in a small town with no memory of who you are, the locals decide that you should be in charge of the whole place, which is kind of a strange electoral system, but hey, whatever works. Since this tiny town has big aspirations, you're going to be kept plenty busy. You'll be fishing and farming to acquire resources, cooking and crafting to turn them into useful items, giving orders, and generally being heroic. Now, speaking of heroes,
It's finally happening. It's finally here. On December 8th, a whole new chapter in the Halo saga begins with the arrival of Halo Infinite. Many players have already gotten a taste of the game's incredible multiplayer, which was released early as a special 20th birthday surprise for the Xboxing world, so they should have their sights well trained and ready to take on the Banished in what promises to be a truly epic campaign. Xbox Series X players will be able to take in all the action in eye-watering 120 FPS, while Xbox Game Pass members will find the game ready to go on day one. It's truly worth a big green mark in the calendar. And if you're in need of a refresh about the story so far before you step into the next chapter of Master Chief's blistering tale, don't worry, we've got a video on just that coming right up, as well as tons more Halo content, so get subscribed for updates.
There are few storytelling formulae more reliable than odd couple work together to solve a crime. And couples don't come much more odd than the dog detective Sam and his psychotic little buddy Max. To even briefly summarise the cases you'll be pointing and clicking your way through in this gorgeous new remaster of Sam and Max Beyond Time and Space, we'd have to cover evil goldfish, Christmas elf exorcisms, mysterious portals, the Bermuda Triangle, the Fountain of Youth, zombies, UFOs, and a subway train that leads directly to hell. But thanks to this endlessly endearing lead duo and the stellar writing, one thing is for sure. No matter where the next clue takes you, hilarity will ensue.
The holidays are almost upon us, and for many people, that means diving into the board game cupboard in search of something fun for ages 8 to 80. But if your Monopoly set is already missing the car, dog, and most of the hotels, or you just fancy a version with a bit more pizzazz, then get ready for Monopoly Madness on December 9th. Rather than the patient, strategical affair of old, Monopoly Madness is a frantic race around the board in an attempt to buy up all the best properties, employing a few underhand tactics to get the better over your opponents whenever the opportunity arises. Because all is fair in love, war, and Monopoly.
But if you're really looking for an opportunity to stab your loved ones in the back, then Among Us is definitely the game for you. Is murdering your friends and then lying to their loved ones about it the best way to spread festive cheer? Who could say, but it is incredibly good fiendish fun, which is why Among Us has become such a sensation. That and the fact that deep down, we're all a little bit sus. It's a game that keeps on giving to, with bigger lobbies, additional modes, new abilities, and a host of funky new cosmetics, all making their way to the game in recent months. So this one is sure to keep you entertained long after the decorations have come down. Among Us hits Xbox consoles on December 14th, and it's going straight into Xbox Game Pass for emergency meetings galore.
Another massive console-exclusive title then arrives day one on Game Pass with the spacey, sciencey, and unsettlingly sticky The Gunk, oozing down on December 16th. Playing as a pair of scrappy space haulers, the Gunk lets you travel to once flourishing planets that have been infested with the titular toxic substance. From there, your goal is to clean the place up, restore its natural beauty, and hopefully make a few space bucks in the process. With vast worlds to explore, a distinctive art style, and an enchanting soundtrack, the Gunk looks set to be a real treat for the eyes and ears, especially for Xbox Series X and S players who'll get to enjoy all the ooze-sucking action in 4K 60 FPS. And remember, we give you all the Xbox Game Pass updates you could possibly need, so remember to subscribe if you're a member to be the first in the know.
Finally, we've got Murder Diaries 3 arriving on December 17th. It really has everything you'd want from a game coming out at that time of the year. Warm fireplaces, cold winter nights, lots of festive treats and trinkets, and the details of a grisly murder tale recounted by somebody losing their grip on reality. Okay, so Santa's Trail of Blood isn't exactly your traditional holiday fare, less of a sugar plum dream and more of a nightmare before Christmas. But it still offers a thrilling narrative adventure in which you play as a free-floating, ghost-like creature and investigate a murder mystery, scouring creepy festive settings, listening to witness testimonials, and collecting memory pieces as you try to figure out what happened on this decidedly unmerry Christmas. All told, Murder Diaries 3 Santa's Trail of Blood is well worth ending up on the naughty list for.
That should be enough to get you started on your wishlist this holiday season, so let us know in the comments which games you'll be hoping to unwrap this year. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to hear all about the biggest Xbox titles on the horizon, as well as tips and tricks for the ones we've already been lucky enough to get our hands on. Bye!